Welcome to the Daily Devo. My name is Diana. Today we are talking about the Lord as our righteousness. Today's name of God points us forward. Listen to it. In Jeremiah 23, starting in verse 6, it says this. It says, "In his days, Judah will be saved, and Israel will live safely. This is the name by which he will be called, the Lord our righteous Savior." Today's name is the Lord our righteous Savior. It is looking ahead to Jesus. Jeremiah 23, God is addressing the shepherds or the leaders of his people who have not been doing their job. He says this in verse 1, check it out. He says, "Woe to the shepherds who are destroying and scattering the sheep of my pasture, declares the Lord." And then jump down to verse 3. Let's keep listening to what God's saying. He says, "I myself am going to gather the remnant of my flock out of all countries where I have driven them and will bring them back to their pasture, where they will be fruitful and increase in number. I will place shepherds over them who will tend them, and they will no longer be afraid or terrified, nor will any be missing, declares the Lord." Man, God is saying, I myself am going to gather my people and lead my people and care for my people the way that I desire to, because you shepherds haven't. Check this out. In verse 5, hang with me. He says this. He says, "The days are coming, declared the Lord, when I will raise up David," that's King David. Remember David and Goliath David. He says, "I will raise up David, a righteous branch, a king who will reign wisely and do what is just and right in his land." And the verse we read earlier, "In his day, Judah will be saved," that's the people of God, "and Israel, the people of God, will be saved and live safely. This is the name by which he will be called, the Lord our righteous Savior." So today's name of God, it reminds us that he is our righteous Savior. He is our just, perfect Savior. And God himself, God involved as the Lord and the righteous one for his people then, and he does it today as well. So be encouraged that God's name here reminds us of the character of God. He is a Savior and he's righteous and just. He's always been aware of his people. And so much God stepped into the world through his son Jesus to lead and gather and rescue us once and for all. You can put your faith in Jesus today by simply accepting the gift of grace through Jesus Christ. He wants to bring you back close and take care of you. So ponder that truth that's held in God's name today. God himself, God involved as the Lord, our righteous Savior. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.